What's going on, my exotic family? Welcome back to another video. Like as mentioned in my last two previous videos, I did go ahead and get a new animal here in the reptile room. I was gonna go ahead and wait on this video, but in the last week, this animal has been acclimating very well. He's eating for me already, and he's just settling in very well. So I figured I would go ahead and reveal that animal to you guys, because I know I've been getting a lot of DMs, a lot of people hitting me up, a lot of comments asking me what it is I got, as well as go ahead and go over the enclosure with you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the fun. Alrighty, everybody, so this is the enclosure. It is a 125-gallon fish tank. So for those of you that don't know me, before I got into snakes heavy, I used to actually breed South American cichlids. I kept a bunch of jaguar cichlids, Texas, Dempsey's, all types of stuff. But I had a 125. I have 5 different tanks. I still have my 75 that's out in the dining room, and I kept the 125 and I got rid of the other tanks. I actually still plan to make this into another cichlid tank. However, for now, it's going to be used for this particular animal. So it is 125 gallons. It's a 6-foot tank, but as you can see, it's only filled halfway up. There is a basking area. I got a little bit of foliage in there. I can see where they've been climbing around, kind of jacking things up, but I got 2 smaller little plants in here. I got a couple little fish in there. I really put the fish in there to help cycle the water. Although the animal is not a fish, I still kind of want the water to be just a little more established. So they've been doing really well. I've been feeding them. They've been doing all right. And then the ones that are no longer with us obviously became food. And then I got a basking light up here, which is I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called. It's the mercury vapor bulb. I'm sorry. So it has the UVB and the basking, and I just have a LED light up there for viewing. I got some gravel on the bottom. I got this huge log, actually from one of my cousin's house. They were just getting rid of a bunch of logs, so I did cure it. I had this log like months before I even decided to go ahead and get this animal. So this is the current setup. These guys will need a way bigger setup than this, but this guy is pretty small so far. So I think this will do. This actually may be somewhat bigger than what most people start them off in. I was actually a little bit worried at first because the enclosure is so big that I was gonna move him down to a smaller enclosure. However, like I said, he's eating. They're coming out of the water to bask. They're doing really good. So I figured since they're adjusting to the enclosure very well, I would just go ahead and leave it as it is. Now this isn't the final look for this enclosure. This is just where it's at so far. I'm still adding things. Like I mentioned in other videos, I still have a bunch of stuff I'm just waiting to get, but dealing with the whole issue and the epidemic we got going on right now, a lot of the stuff that I have on order is not shipping, so I am still waiting on a few things. And then also, I don't know if you can see, but right here you can see the water is moving faster. I have a power head right here just to help move the water and circulate it, so it's not stagnant. And then I have a filter on this end over here in the corner. And then as well as under this rock right here, there's another power head that's pushing the water this way. That way I can just get an even, smooth flow of circulation, and I don't have to worry about any stagnant water, any water that's not being moved or filtered. Now with this being a 125-gallon tank, I got probably like 50 gallons or so in there. I am probably sometime this weekend gonna go get another filter. The water looks decent, however, I just don't feel it's up to par, and I'd rather overkill than underkill. So I am going to add an extra filter here shortly. But this is where we're at so far. This is the enclosure, 125 gallons, half filled. This rock right here, I know it doesn't look that big, but this rock is like 60 freaking pounds, and I have it perched up on some other bricks. That way they can swim under it, do whatever. And it seems to do very, very well. So this is actually where I usually have my, I have a ring light right here. You guys can see it up there. And it's usually sitting in front of this fish tank, which actually is across from this background you guys all know. So that is, this tank has actually been in the reptile room the whole time. I just haven't done anything with it, so I just kind of just never really showed it until now. So I know when I did the reptile room tour, I didn't come over all the way this way. So when you come from this door, I turn this way, and that's where everything is. But if I were to keep coming this way, that's where this enclosure is. So now that you guys have the complete room tour, let me go ahead and grab the little guy out and reveal to you guys what exactly I brought to the DW Exotics family. Alright everybody, so I am back with the new animal. I will say I am using gloves for this little guy, although he's a little guy. They can still inflict they have quite a bit of a nice bite. So I'll go ahead and show him to you guys really quick. So this is the new guy. Is a dwarf caiman. He's a smooth-fronted dwarf caiman. Paleosuchus trigonatus is the scientific name. So this guy will get fairly large. So now you guys see what the enclosure is. I know I showed you the picture where it was it wasn't filled with any water. I didn't want to quite give it away. So this is the new guy. Not too happy with me right now. So I'm not going to have him out for super long. So I just wanted to show you guys what it was. And you can see he's getting a little testy, so I'll put him back here shortly. But this is the new guy, dwarf caiman. So I'm definitely excited to have one of these guys. And I can't wait to work with this one. I know with these guys you can't necessarily completely tame them down, which is not something I plan to do. But I've always been fascinated with these animals, and I know I've talked to some of my Instagram friends out there, and a couple of them asked me what my dream animals were, and this is one of them. So I've been researching these guys for years. This is actually, this for me, I know I said the green tree python was something I had to have, but this right here for me was like the pinnacle of my reptile collection. So this was something that I felt like I needed to build up to. So I feel like now we're at that point. I have 10 snakes. So this guy right here is definitely the start of something new. So he makes it 3 lizards for me. But technically these guys are classified as crocodilians. So that's why in the last video I said he's a lizard, but it's not a lizard. So this is the new guy. Still haven't decided on a name yet. I have a few in mind, but I haven't locked one in yet completely. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and look forward to seeing updates from this little guy. Make sure you subscribe. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think. You think I'm crazy? I mean, what's going on? What do you think? What do you think of this guy? Make sure you hit the notification bell. Tell the friend to tell a friend. Stay clean. Wash your hands. Stay exotic. Later.